such an asshole.
I love when we have empirical evidence when people do follow my advice and then don't follow my advice. And here we have a situation where someone did not follow my advice and he's back for more. Hey, asshole, it's been about 2.5 years since I last wrote you and got your advice. All right, so this is February of 2020, okay? Just pay attention to the dates, everyone. Now I'm in a different stage. I need your advice again. So I'm thinking, okay, the beginning of 2020. He must have done and followed my advice that year. And now he's got his life around. He's going to tell me how great things are. So I'm now 25. I'm in a different, need your advice. I am now at a different stage, 25 years old. I graduated with my degree in business management. When? December 2020. So I am almost guaranteed that I told you not to do that, right? Not to do that. That was a not do on the list. There's the to do list. Gym, work hard, good degree or trades, join military, chase the girls. Then on the not do is business, liberal arts, social sciences. Like a triumvirate of 3 mentally impaired superheroes that aren't going to do anything. Business, liberal arts, social sciences. And it's like the Special Olympics of the Marvel Universe. But you did business. Just one point, you didn't follow my advice. After initially getting your advice, I approached a different relative of mine and told him if he would put up the capital, I could help him run a logistics company just like I did with my uncle before. He agreed, and right about the time I graduated, he helped me start my own company and co-signed on my first commercial truck loan. That's a nice person. You owe that person. That person ever needs help, you owe him. Now, fast forward about 2 years, I own a fleet of trucks and trailers, and I have about 4 to 5 other trucks that run as contractors for my company as well. This is legit business. I'm very impressed with this. I'm not busting your balls on this. Okay. You did good. Very good. This year we're on track to go do 2.2 million in gross revenue, about 5% net, which is $100,000. Logistics and trucking is a very low margin. For a 25-year-old, I'm doing okay. Let's stop right here and give you credit where credit is due. You are doing exceptionally well. You run a real business, you took real risk, and you make real profit. Now, maybe that up and down and it goes, that's not the headache. But I just want to point out, aside from you failing and not following my advice on the business degree, you did start a business. You are a real entrepreneur. You are gaining real experience. So you should absolutely have pride in this. No shame whatsoever. But now I'm realizing I don't want to be in this industry forever. It's very stressful since I basically do everything in the operation from sales, payroll, AR, overseeing repairs. However, once again, I see a big need for a specialized CPA and law firms for the transportation industry in California. The attorneys who practice immigration law, personal injury, and unemployment and transportation in California make a killing. Do they? Do they? We'll get to that. I know, sadly, from dealing with them in this business is very volatile and you never know what's going to happen on the road and the margins are razor thin. I know I won't do this for sure, but I want to get your take on going to a local law school, not so I can get a job, but open up my own firm and run it like a business. Thank you. All right. There's a couple things wrong with this. All right. One, I saw this in Vegas. I still see it in Vegas, but kind of everywhere you go. You never see an immigration law firm at an established venue or someone who's working out of their home who has an established reputation. Where do you see it? You see it next to payday lenders, some kind of crap strip mall built in the 70s or 60s. And you know what? They're out of business the very next day or next week or next month. There's several. I go to this one restaurant, I won't say where because I don't want to identify it. But it was an immigration lawyer thing. I'm like, that looks kind of skeezy. And then I went to the restaurant that I went to always, and the thing was gone. I mean, the people who do the Liberty Tax Service, this is not to slam on Liberty Tax Service, but any kind of like person who's slipping the signs, like, come on in, guys. That doesn't strike me as a lucrative industry you're about to get into. Now, if you want to run it from your house, you found it like now in California, I think you don't have to go to law school. Am I correct? California, you could just sit for the bar exam. So to give you, if you really want to do this and put the time, I know someone who went to California to pass the bar exam. Then they went to a different state and got reciprocity so they could practice law, and they avoided law school altogether. So being in California, you can go and just test for the bar exam if you really want to do this immigration thing. But what I would do first is I would go and research, get industry data on how much immigration law firms make, because they got to be a dime a dozen. And I'd imagine just like any other law firm, there's like the top echelon of the 3% of law firms in whatever specialty or field. Those guys make all the real money. And there's just a bunch of fly-by-nighters who couldn't get jobs elsewhere and are really crappy lawyers. So forecasting your future career, and I'm going to get to why I'm going to recommend you do the CPA, but you don't want to do this trucking thing anymore. Cool. You should be able to liquidate the trucks. I imagine you have some significant capital investment. You have a black book of business. So I think you're going to walk away with a little bit of money here. If you wanted to open up a CPA firm and law to help with immigration, you can, but for the love of God, don't go to law school. Study your ass off, pass the bar exam in California, specialize, learn up, and skill up on immigration law as it pertains to the transportation industry or trucking industry. Not against that, but don't go to law school. And I would seriously evaluate whether you're going to spend the years. It's going to be at least a year of hardcore studying to pass the bar exam in California. All right. But don't go to law school. Now, what I think is a much more lucrative and better idea is that you become a CPA, which goes back to me saying, did you major in business? And you said it's a BS degree. You confessed your sins under Priest Cappy. Oh, my son. Oh, father, I have sinned. Did you major in business? Yeah, I did. What, I told you not to do it the last time? Yes, you did. Why did you do it? So you will go back to school because you got most of the credits out of the way. Maybe get a master's degree. I know what California requirements are to sit for the CPA, but look at what those are and figure out the quickest way to get those qualifications and credits, right? Obviously, you're going to be looking at online schools because why go to a physical school? You get your degree in accounting, whether it's an undergrad or a master's. You sit for the CPA, you pass the CPA exam, you become a CPA. Then you can provide the financial accounting advice to this industry as well as anything else to do with CPA, namely taxes. All right. And you're not limited or pigeonholed to one particular industry. All right. Also, all the other benefits that come with being a CPA, remote location, self-employment. You could have that with the immigration lawyer, but you probably have to stay physically there in California. And you're probably going to have to meet these people at some point. Accounting, you don't have to do that. So accounting gives you a more diversified, you're not just reliant upon one industry or one specialty. Yeah, you're right, no doubt. I saw it in banking where these truck driving cactus effing morons. I got needle in my dick and I don't know how to do my taxes. Maybe you should stop effing cactus and learn some basic bookkeeping. I'm not good at the numbers. You know, bueno, a numera, whatever the hell it is. Numero, whatever. You're dealing with your own groups of morons, but they do need accounting. And if you're going to go get essentially a master's degree, it might as well be in something where you can then do taxes, you could do consult, you could do auditing and all that other stuff. And now you have a much, and it's easier to sell those services. Everybody needs their taxes done. Not everyone needs immigration services. Then let's say you do your accounting thing. All right. And here's what I would recommend you just stop and take a breather. Say, okay, wait. Once you get your accounting office set up, all right, everything's going well, like, then ask yourself the question, do I need more money? Would I like more money? Well, yeah, you would like more money, but is it worth it? And you know what? You may find out, no, I don't need more money. I'm making 150,000 a year. I'm sitting in some place in Phoenix or someplace that is not a California crap hole, some place where adult Democrats don't crap in the street, and you're fine, and you don't have to go and study for the bar exam in California. But if for whatever reason you still think you can make a killing, you still think there's a way to make money, and it's worth your year minimum studying to pass the California bar exam, absolutely no problem with you going and getting certified in immigration law because it's an easy sell. And maybe you're specializing in the truck industry. Like Chad, Chad Elkins, by the way, faces the same thing. I'm like, why don't you just get like a CFP, be a certified financial planner? Then you can say, hey, throw your money in here. You take a percentage. You like it. He's like, no, I don't need to. I want less work. I'm of a feeling that you're going to be in the same situation. So I'm against you going to law school. I'm not against you offering immigration services, passing the California bar exam. But I think the best use of your time in the post truck driving company career would be the CPA. And God, and that was the other thing I was going to point out. If you do immigration law, you're stuck in California. Not really. I mean, you can go to Nevada and Arizona and other places, but I'm going to presume you're talking about California law. Transportation in California make a killing. You got to be in California. The state where adult Democrats poop in the streets all the time in every town except Northern California. So honestly, man, I wouldn't limit myself to California. I would not pursue advanced education where I am forced to work in California. Like, there's no way I'd do that. Boom, there you go. But congratulations on running that business. That's pretty good. Business. Anything? Nope, that's it. All right, that's it. See you guys later. Toodles.